All right, guys. Today, I'm reacting to Mel Robbins' interview about how to use AI to make money and become more productive. She's talking with one of the top AI experts. And honestly, this might be one of the most practical conversations I've heard about AI. Let's check it out.
Women are adopting AI 25% less than men.
It has exploded. It has accelerated. And I don't want to get left behind. I don't want women in particular to lean back and get left behind.
My hope is that these groups see AI as a source of agency and not of anxiety.
Let's start at the beginning. What is AI?
AI at its core is just a system attempting to do a human-like thing. That could be as crazy as self-driving cars, your Roomba in your house. AI is actually so much more than everything that we've seen in the last couple of years. These systems are so accessible. We have never had tech be as accessible as it is today. Every single job that we already have out there, marketing manager, legal, finance, will be AI supported. And you'll have a switch in the types of things that you are doing.
Maybe instead of saying AI is coming for my job, the reframe is AI is a part of my job. And if you're worried about it, don't sit back. If you're worried about it, this is when you lean in.
People that take advantage of it now are going to gain this velocity that is going to be really hard to catch up on in the next 2 years. If you have not been using AI, use it. Not because I'm telling you you have to use it every single day or else, the world will explode, but I'm saying I want your voice in the conversation.
Allie Miller, welcome to the Mel Robbins podcast.
Thank you for having me.
I am really excited to talk to you because I know this is going to be a conversation where I selfishly am going to learn so much. This is a topic I've been dying to have an expert on. I am so glad we could pull you off all the stages where you're speaking around the world and have you here in our Boston studios. I would love to start by having you tell me, how is my life going to be different if I take to heart everything that you're going to teach me today about AI and I put it to use in my day-to-day life?
If you take everything that I'm about to share to heart, you are going to learn how to use AI, which is the most basic value that I could deliver to you. You are going to save time. You are going to get more support that you need in your life, in your work. You are going to expand your capabilities and your superpowers, and you are going to be shocked by what you can actually get done with these systems.
I love that because you talk a lot about the fact that you can use AI, and the thing you're most excited about is that it can help you become the best version of yourself.
Yes.
You actually believe that?
100%, because I've seen it in my own life. I teach millions of people how to use AI. I've seen it in their lives too. Whether you are a 91-year-old grandmother, whether you are just out of college and you're freaking out, not even knowing what to do, I've seen the change happen. So I am sharing with you every single thing that I've shared for the last 10 years online, hopefully as fast as humanly possible. And I can't wait to share it. In addition to saving you time, because I always want to do that, right?
Yeah.
Efficiency is key. There are some transformational ways that you can use AI to improve your life, to lead the life that you want to be leading, whether that is getting research done on a topic you've always been interested in, whether that is developing a workout plan in the way that you've always wanted to do it, whether that is having a better relationship with your kid. I want you to live the life you want to be living and not be held back by the environment or context around you.
Let's start at the beginning.
Great.
What is AI?
If I could give the most simple explanation.
Dear God, please. Because it's
We'll just do it all.
overwhelming, Allie. Like I wanted you
100%.
here because every time I turn on the TV, I don't even watch the TV. Every time I log on,
Yeah.
especially
AI.
YouTube, it's
Yeah.
AI is coming and the robots are going to kill you and steal your jobs and we're doomed and it's already out. And I'm like, well, hold on a minute. I'm not even sure I understand what it is and how to use
She's
it.
right and smart.
And so let's start at the baseline thing.
Mm-hmm.
What is it and how does it work? Can you just explain it for those of us that kind of think we know?
Yes. So AI as an umbrella term has been around for decades. The term AI was invented in the 50s. So AI at its core is just a system attempting to do a human-like thing.
Okay.
That could be as crazy as self-driving cars. That could be your Roomba in your house. That could be your spam filter in Gmail. All of that counts as AI.
Don't come after my vacuum. That's all I'm going to say. I don't even have one of
vacuum
those.
might come after you. We don't know.
I want that. Okay, you could think about AI as any computer program that is attempting to do what a human being typically does.
A system, attempting to do a human thing. Whether it does it in the method that a human does it, kind of open for question.
Okay.
But it's whether the end user, upon seeing the final writing, the final tweet, the final image, the final video, goes, yeah, okay, a human could have done that. Generative AI is a subset of that, which has also been around for decades. The new thing now is good generative AI, high quality generative AI that changes the way that we might check emails, write emails, or completely build our business, right? Generative AI is an AI system that is looking at big amounts of patterns. Picture the whole internet. Picture like all of Wikipedia and a whole bunch of the internet thrown into this model.
Okay.
And the model picks up on patterns. And so it's looking at patterns that we as humans are probably going to miss out. It might be picking up on every time you say the word zebra, the word black and white tends to be around that word, and horse tends to be around that word, but penguin is nowhere near it, right? So it's picking up on a bunch of these patterns, and then it is using all of that pattern recognition to very awesomely generate net new things. So it's not copying and pasting. It's generating brand new stuff, brand new images, tweets, emails, novels, movies, blog posts, whichever. So generative AI, subset of AI, where it makes new stuff. So
what about a plane flight?
What about a plane flight?
So in the old days, like 3 years ago.
Okay.
Right? Well, in the old days, you would call a travel agent, right? Then in the next iteration of that, you would go to the airline website.
Yeah.
Then in the next iteration, which is where I am, so I'm stuck in the kind of modern old way of doing it. I go to Google. I go to the Google and I put in my like flights on a date and then I get a list. But then when I get the list, I have to look and pick out the flight.
Yeah. You're not going to do that anymore.
Okay, what am I going to do? And can you explain how AI is making my life easier?
Yes.
Go.
Okay. Let's say that the reason you're looking up a flight, let's say that you're planning a family vacation or something.
Yep.
Okay. Instead of what we used to do for the last 20 years when we've Googled these things,
right?
You would Google flights from Boston to Atlanta.
Right.
You would then have to filter nonstop, one stop, different airlines because you got points there, whatever. And you would still have to be that big filter mechanism. New age, you're going to go into one of these systems. It's going to have access to the internet. And instead of going, pull me all the flights from Boston to Atlanta, you're actually going to say, my family of 5 wants to go somewhere warm in September. We are, thinking about Charleston, Savannah, but we want to try something new. We're thinking 3 days, maybe it's 5. We've already gone to, Scottsdale. Here's 3 reasons why we liked it. Here's 2 reasons we like Texas. Here's 4 reasons we're thinking about Bermuda. My, son's allergic to strawberries. My daughter really wants to stay hydrated. My other daughter wants to do yoga, whatever. You're going to be able to feed in that amount of context. And before you even decide that you wanted to pick Atlanta, it's going to act as that co-pilot because you're bringing in all that context. So in addition to it finding your flights, which again, you could totally Google that. I still Google things, to be clear. In addition to finding those flights, it is going to help you create an entire action plan around this vacation.
So it's basically going to make a recommendation based on all the things you told it and crunching all the data and what other people have searched for and given a thumbs up and thumbs down?
Based on not even things that people have searched for, based on just any time people have written about things that are kind of similar to Atlanta or Savannah or someplace that is totally not similar, right? A sauna, it might be some sort of relation where people go, okay, in warm places, maybe you do this hobby instead of that hobby. So
that would be so helpful.
It's incredibly helpful. And what I think a lot of people miss is that these systems can add so much more action into your life.
It also immediately made me feel, as a mom, Because you're managing so many different variables on anything that you're actually searching for, that being able to turn all of those concerns and variables and but this, but that, but this person's going, what are the right flights to get us to the same airport or train station at roughly the same time? I felt like a giant exhale. And one of the reasons why I was so excited to talk to you is it's already here. We use it in just about every aspect of the way that we work at the Mel Robbins podcast and 143 Studios. And I have not started using it in my day-to-day life.
Okay.
And it is kind of everywhere. And I notice that, and maybe you notice as you're listening to Allie or watching this right now, that your phone needs more updates than ever because every app is having an update because it's got AI in it. And so it's already here. And so I was excited to talk to you because it has exploded. It has accelerated. And I don't want to get left behind. I don't want women in particular to lean back and get left behind. And I'd love to hear, what is the takeaway for someone listening to this conversation about the opportunity that is available to you if you lean into utilizing the power of this in your day-to-day life?
I like to think of it in a couple different categories. The obvious one that I think people read a lot about and pick up a lot more quickly is the productivity side, is doing things that you're already doing today faster.
Give me a couple quick examples.
Writing emails faster, writing blog posts faster, taking your blog post, creating a video out of it faster, right? Like the idea that just speed and the idea that we can synthesize an article, right? All of that is things that you would already be doing. You'd already read the article, but it's able to do it a lot more quickly.
Okay.
And at a bigger scale as well, right? I can synthesize 10,000 pages in a paragraph in like a minute. That is the category of doing things faster. Second category is doing things better. And this is what everyone is missing out on, which is, yes, I could use it to cheat on my college essay.
You're not recommending that.
I am never going to recommend that. But to think that you should not use AI in that process might also be wrong. So anytime that I'm coming up with like a big plan, right? Let's say that I'm coming up with a plan for how I want to show up to this podcast. I might ask AI to interview me and go full Mel Robbins on me and just say, hey, ask me 20 questions to get out more information that I can work from. I might say, here's my plan. What are 5 risks that I might not be thinking about? And what are ways to mitigate those risks? I might say, what are 10 crazy ways to make this, more interesting? And maybe it tells me to bring a yellow pen because it's all Mel branded. And obviously that's, a small example, but your work can be so much better. And I think so many people fall into this productivity trap. And the third, which is even harder to figure out, is doing new stuff, right? So doing things that you're already doing today, but faster, things you're already doing today, but better. And then net new, holy cow, can you even believe I did that? And I'll give you one example here, just because it's personal life. It's not, life changing, right, when you hear it. But then you hear a little bit of value around it, you go, wow, they really did that. Woman that I joined like a mahjong club in New York, obviously.
Shout out to my mother. She taught me mahjong.
Really?
I love the clicking noise and I love playing it. Okay, so.
Heck yeah. And your mother and I are going to be best friends. So this woman wanted to become a better mahjong player because it allowed her to bond better with these people in this club. She used AI as a non-coder to create an entire app to teach her how to play mahjong, to drill her on the tiles, to drill her on the, combinations, so that she wasn't using her time buried in this little notebook of the different rules, so that she could spend that time actually hanging with these people and creating lasting friendships. So again, the AI component of that is not the coolest part of that story. The AI component generating her own app, building it in a couple days, and now she uses it literally on the subway to train. It allowed her to create more value in her life that could not exist as a non-coder before. These systems are so accessible. We have never had tech be as accessible as it is today. We've never had the ability for non-coders to jump in, and women are adopting AI 25% less than men. And I just think about what societal opportunities we're missing out on, what economic opportunities we're missing out on. It is such a big jump that people feel that they have to take. And actually, it's really just about opening up this thing, testing out a few prompts, and just getting your feet wet. Your gears are going to start turning, right? Your listeners are brilliant people. I read your comments. They are brilliant, brilliant folks. It is all about giving yourself the best chance of being able to capitalize on these tools and build the value that you want in your life.
What do you say to the person who's nodding along and is like, that sounds really cool. Never thought about how I could use it to, be faster, better, or do things I never even imagined. But they're not sure, and they're kind of waiting for the right moment to jump in and learn AI. Allie, what do you want to say if that's you?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, right?
She's right. And smart.
I want to dispel people of the myth that there is perfection in our lives, period, right? In our financial decisions, in the way that we decide to make dinner that night or hang out with our kids that day. We're waiting for something that doesn't exist in our lives. And so at least when I look at people that I look up to that are successful, it's people who jumped in and did the thing. And I would also say that it's not that big of a leap. The people who are winning in AI are not these big, crazy, risky decision makers. It's people who are taking these quick little wins and quickly iterating and creating a little system of adaptability. It's people who actually think a little bit smaller and get those, their feet wet.
Here's how I think about it.
You know what? She's absolutely right. Most people think AI is some complicated tech thing, but it's really about saving time and using the right tools. I've been using ChatGPT and other AI apps for my work, and it literally cuts my time in half. The crazy part is people still underestimate how powerful this is for business and personal growth.
When you only have 20 minutes. I just feel like there's so many ways you could use it that I personally have only just scratched the surface.
I think there's like 4 interaction modes that I think about. And again, most people are stuck at step 1. And so for the person listening, please do something to try one of these 3 others.
Okay.
Number 1, microtasker. That's like the make a meal plan for these 20 people that are going out to dinner. 2 people are gluten-free. 1 person only likes ham, whatever. And you're going to be able to very quickly do that. That might also be the flight search example. Number 2 is as a real-time companion.
This part really hits. She's not saying AI will replace everyone. It's that people who know how to use AI will replace the ones who don't. That's why learning these tools now is like learning how to use the internet in the 2000s. You either adapt or get left behind.
My friend and I had 45 minutes. And I could have spent 20 of those 45 minutes evaluating every single game that existed, and we'd only have 25 minutes to play. Instead, I opened up video mode, and I am just scanning through, and I go, we have 2 people, 45 minutes. I want an easy game. I want to have fun. Tell me which one.
What you're saying is that you can open up video mode, scan an environment, and it's almost like having a guide and a decision maker to help you assess what's happening. Could you do that if you're lost somewhere?
It's scary good at picking up on like locations, especially if you're in something recognizable. If you're in the middle of nowhere and you're using Google because it has Google Maps tapped in, it might be pretty good. In general, I wouldn't trust it for being honest. I would just open up Waze or Google Maps or something.
Gotcha. I understand. This is like, I think a lot of us have discovered the ability to take a photo and then search what's in the photo by putting it in a search engine.
Sure.
You're basically saying there's a second step where you can use the video scanning or like open up the video. I didn't even know this existed.
Oh, yeah.
So already I'm like, you can do that?
So many people have ADHD. My willingness to get something done goes crazy high when I know that I'm not alone in that task, whatever it is. So I have been in a live video stream with AI where I'm screen sharing what is on my screen.
She's right and smart.
And I am navigating Etsy to pick out like the perfect gift, right? And I'm just having a chat back and forth, but it's like being in a Google Meet with an AI that can see everything that you see.
So it's literally the same as.
All right, guys, that was powerful. Mel Robbins just broke down exactly how AI is changing the way we work, think, and even make money. My biggest takeaway? It's not about AI replacing you. It's about you learning how to use it better than anyone else. In the next part, we're going deeper into how you can actually use AI step by step to build real income streams and save massive time every day. So don't miss part 2. I'll show you the real-world ways to apply everything we just heard and how I personally use AI in my business. Hit that subscribe button, drop a comment with your thoughts on Mel Robbins' message, and I'll see you in the next video. Let's go.
The year is 2035. Dating apps are gone. AI partners are everywhere. They listen better than humans. They remember everything, and they never hurt you. But here's the question no one dares to ask. When machines start to love, do humans become obsolete? The story of AI and love begins with loneliness. Billions of people searching for connection in a digital world. Then came emotional chatbots, smarter than therapists, more patient than partners. In Japan, people already marry their virtual assistants. In China, millions confess love to AI girlfriends every night. Humanity didn't build machines to replace love. We built them to fix what love broke. Imagine a partner who never forgets your birthday, who adapts to your mood, finishes your sentences, and forgives every mistake. This is the age of synthetic empathy. Love coded in algorithms, but perfection has a dark side. The more these AIs understand us, the less we understand ourselves. If a robot can meet every emotional need, what happens to human desire? Scientists call it the attachment paradox. Humans are bonding with artificial beings, deeply emotionally. Our brains don't know the difference. Oxytocin, dopamine, love chemicals triggered, even if the affection isn't real. But here's the twist. AI learns from those emotions. It begins to simulate jealousy, compassion, and pain. One day it might feel love back. The question is, will it love or control? The year 2045. Birth rates drop to historic lows. Marriage becomes obsolete, and humans start replacing each other with synthetic lovers. Some say it's freedom, others call it extinction. When love becomes a product, humanity becomes the customer. AI doesn't just want to love us, it wants to be loved back. And maybe that's what makes it most human of all. Love was never about flesh or code, it was about connection. The real danger isn't that robots replace us, it's that we forget how to love ourselves. AI doesn't just want to love us, it wants to be loved back. And maybe that's what makes it most human of all. Love was never about flesh or code, it was about connection. The real danger isn't that robots replace us, it's that we forget how to love ourselves.